Good morning. Today we will discuss regarding automation in material handling or material handling systems. What is material handling? So, material handling is the art and science of moving, storing, protecting, and controlling material. So, first, moving required to create time and place utility, the value of having the material at the right time and the right place. Storing provides a buffer between operations, facilitates the efficient use of people and machines. Protecting includes the packaging, packing against damage and theft, and controlling includes physical orientation, sequence, and space between material. So this is regarding the material handling. So it is an art and science of moving, storing, protecting, and controlling the material, that is called material handling. So categories of material handling equipment. The material handling systems can be categorized in four categories. So the first is material transport equipment or system. It is used to move the material inside a factory, warehouse, or other facility. Second category is storage. So, storage is used to store materials and provide access to those materials when it is required. Third category is unitizing equipment. It refers to first containers to hold materials and second equipment used to load and package the containers. And fourth category is identification and tracking systems, that is used to identify and keep track of the materials being moved and stored. So these are all four categories of the material handling systems. So why the use of automation in material handling? So there are so many reasons. So first is to increase labor productivity. Second, to reduce labor cost. Third, to mitigate the effects of labor shortages. Fourth, to reduce or remove routine manual and clerical tasks. Fifth is to improve worker safety. Sixth, to improve product quality. Seventh, to reduce manufacturing lead time. And eight, to accomplish what cannot be done manually. So these are some reasons for which the automation it is required in material handling systems. Now the first category of the material handling system is material transport system. So material transport equipment is used to move materials inside a factory, warehouse, or other facility. The five main types of equipments used in material transport system are industrial trucks, AGVs. AGVs means it is automated guided vehicles. AGV means it is automatic or automated guided vehicles, robots, monorails, and other rail guided vehicles, conveyors, and cranes and hoist. So these are some material handling equipment that are shown in this slide. So in a diagram A, there is forklift truck, that is in the category of industrial truck. Then second diagram or diagram B, it is unit load automated guided vehicle. Then C is monorail. So ABC, that is the upper part of the slide that is shown. Then D is roller conveyor, and E is jeep crane with hoist. So these are some material handling, material transport equipments that are used to transport the material or to move the material inside a factory, warehouse, and other facility. Now the second category in material handling system is storage system. So function is to store materials, for example, parts, work in process, finished goods, etc., for a period of time and permit retrieval when required. So it is used in factories, warehouses, distribution centers, wholesale dealerships, and retail stores. So it is an important component of the supply chain, and automation available to improve efficiency. So the raw materials and work in process are temporary or temporarily stored, and finished products are stored in warehouses or distribution center before being delivered to final customer. So these are classified into two major categories. So first is conventional storage method and second is automated storage system. So in conventional storage system, it includes rack system, shelves, bins and drawer storage. And in this system, human workers are required for this system. Now the second category, that is automated storage system. So two major types are, first is automated storage or retrieval system, that is ASRS, and carousel system. So this system reduce or eliminate human worker. So the objectives and reasons for automating storage operations, that is used to increase storage capacity, to increase storage density, to recover factory floor space currently used for work in process, to improve security and reduce pilferage, to reduce labor cost and or increase productivity, to improve safety, to improve inventory control, to improve stock rotation, to improve customer service, and to increase throughput. So these are some reasons for automation in storage system. So there are two types of automated storage system. So first is automated storage or retrieval system, that is also called the ASRS system. So it is a rack system with mechanized or automated crane to store and retrieve loads. And second is carousel storage system. So it includes the oval conveyor system with bins to contain individual items. So ASRS types. So ASRS types are unit load ASRS, that is used for large automated system for pallet loads. Then deep lane ASRS uses flow through racks and fewer access aisles. Mini load ASRS, it handles small loads contained in bins or drawers to perform order picking. Man on board ASRS includes human operator rides on the carriage to pick individual atoms from storage. Automated atom retrieval system, it picks individual atoms. And last is vertical lift storage modules, that is VLSM. It uses a vertical aisle rather than a horizontal aisle as in other ASRS systems. So this is a ASRS system. that is automated storage and retrieval system, that is ASRS. And the main components of the ASRS, it is shown here. At the left hand side there is a SR machine, that is storage and retrieval machine. Then at the top you can see there is a rack framework, that is a storage structure, that is shown. At the right hand side you can see the storage module, that is the pallet loads. And at the bottom there is a pick and deposit station. So at the station you can deposit the material and also pick the material from that system. So another equipments store that is used for storage and retrieval, that is a pallet racks, then pushback rack. Then at the bottom you can see flow through rack. So these are some equipments that are used for the storage or the storage system. Then third category of the material handling system is unitizing systems. The term unitizing equipment refers to first containers, that is used to hold individual atoms during handling, and second equipments used to load and package the containers. So containers include pallets, boxes, baskets, barrels, pails and drums. So most factories, warehouses and distribution centers use forklift trucks to move unit loads on pallets. Loading and packaging equipment includes palletizers, which are designed to automatically load cartons onto pallets and shrink wrap plastic film around them for shipping. Depalletizers, which are designed to unload cartons from pallets. So unit load design. So common methods of unitizing a unit load, that is containers, platforms. Platforms include skids and pallets. Then sheets includes cardboards, plywood, polyethylene slip sheets. Then racks, strapping, then wrapping. Wrapping includes stretch wrapping and shrink wrapping. So these are some common methods of unitizing the load. So in a diagram, the pallet it is shown, then the skids, then stretch wrapping and shrink wrapping, that is shown in this slide. So unit load design. So moving of the unit load by lifting under the mass, then by inserting the lifting element into the body of unit load, by squeezing the load between two lifting surfaces, and by suspending the load. So for each of these, the diagram it is shown at the bottom for unit load design. Then fourth category in a material handling system is automatic identification and communication equipment, or identification and tracking system. So material handling must include a means of keeping a track of the materials being moved or stored. So this is usually done by fixing some kind of label to the atom, cartoon or unit load that uniquely identifies it. The most common label used today is a barcode that can be read quickly and automatically by barcode readers. So that identification and tracking system includes automatic identification and recognition, that includes barcoding and optical character recognition. And second is automatic paperless communication, So it includes radio frequency data terminal, voice headset, light and computer aids, and smart card. So there are some automatic identification methods. These are encoded data, machine reader or scanner, and decoder. Now regarding barcode technology, it includes the linear, that is one dimensional barcode. So types of linear barcodes are width modulated and height modulated. Then second is universal product code, that is UPC. So 12 digit barcode that uses 6 digits to identify the manufacturer and 5 digits to identify the product. Then barcode readers includes contact barcode readers, then non-contact barcode readers, and third moving beam scanners. Next is barcode printers, that is letterpress, offset lithography, flexographic printing. Next is printing techniques, that is dot matrix, inkjet, direct thermal transfer, laser printing. Now this is regarding the material handling systems. Thank you.